Frost and Fire is a Kenshi-inspired RimWorld conversion mod. Frost and Fire is intended to be played as an ultimate survival scenario, which will be extremely difficult and radically changes traditional tactics and strategies. This project is a result of Rhadamant Plays community proposing an extreme temperature challenge, and that proposal won in a public poll by popular vote. Frost and Fire is intended to be played with an associated scenario for maximum challenge and balance, and ideally, the accompanying save game file as well, so that everybody starts on equal footing. In this next section, I will cover what is required to play Frost and Fire in terms of installation. Frost and Fire requires that you have RimWorld version 1.2. It does not require royalty, but it does support royalty. It also requires the following mods: Harmony, Humanoid Alien Races 2.0, and Custom Climate Cycle. All three of these mods are directly linked in the mod file and also on the website rhadamant.com/frostandfire. Frost and Fire is not supported whatsoever outside the intended use as a conversion mod or standalone challenge. Quality of life mods and UI mods should be compatible with Frost and Fire, but many mods will not be, because Frost and Fire significantly patches the base game to remove vanilla creatures, meats, eggs, leathers, and more. The save game provided for the community challenge has the absolute bare minimum of mods enabled. You're welcome to add your own, but if they don't work, don't ask me to fix it, I won't. Frost and Fire is balanced when used in conjunction with the Frost and Fire scenario. Without the associated scenario, the mod may not offer sufficient challenge. The scenario for the community challenge removes a lot of the more beneficial events and incidents so that you cannot rely upon quote-unquote good luck for survival. You start off with 4 carefully planned out, but not overly powerful characters that are survivors of a spaceship wreck. Upon landing on the hostile mechanoid planet, you'll have to quickly scramble in order to ensure any hope for long-term survival. If you would like to use your own scenario and or your own save game file while playing Frost and Fire, you're going to need to go to the website rhadamant.com/frostandfire and navigate to the installation tab. There, I've detailed how to set up your own faction control settings and custom climate settings so that Frost and Fire will operate correctly. If you would like to take part in the community challenge, in this next section, I'll be detailing the rules. The rules may also be found at rhadamant.com/frostandfire. The community challenge is what I feel the way Frost and Fire was meant to be played. I'm about to list the settings, but you'll also find them in the description below. The community challenge rules are as follows. Use the provided scenario, and use the provided save game file. You may not move map tiles, and you can't have more than one colony. You may not change the difficulty or the storyteller, and you can't use mods other than user interface mods, in particular mods that make the game easier. You must remain neutral or allied with all factions, and you win by getting off the cursed planet. Why should you try the community challenge, you ask yourself? And here's my reasonings. If we all follow the rules that I listed, our experiences of surviving Frost and Fire will remain relatable to one another. We can share our struggles, our successes, and our screenshots, and everything we share will have the same common reference point, which makes Frost and Fire a community event. I truly hope that you enjoy the challenge that I set forth, and good luck. Everything that I've said so far can be found at rhadamant.com/frostandfire, or on the mod's description in the workshop, or in the description of this video. In this next section, I'll be giving a brief overview of the content of Frost and Fire, and if you would like to play it without having the content spoiled for you, go ahead and stop the video, because from here on out, we'll be talking about features, mechanics, and content. Frost and Fire replaces all of the vanilla biomes with a custom biome designed by Sarg, the author of Alpha Biomes. The entire world is a metallic machine world, severely lacking biodiversity. The machine world has an extreme elliptical orbit, which means that the summers can easily reach boiling temperatures, and inversely, the winters are bitter cold. As a result of wild temperature variations, and the fact that the majority of the planet is metallic, plants barely grow on the surface of the world, so most of your calories must come from hydroponics, clever farming, ranching, or hunting. The world will only offer you an abundance of steel and slag, but if you're wanting the other building materials, you're likely to have to salvage, scavenge, or barter for them. Frost and Fire removes all vanilla animals and replaces them with Kenshi-inspired animals, which are far more dangerous and aggressive than their RimWorld equivalents. Many of the animals will be faster and stronger than you are used to, and also yield far less meat or just foul meat instead. They'll hunt in packs and attempt to eat you alive. They are also far more adapted to the biome and won't be impacted by the extreme temperatures. Frost and Fire also adds domesticated animals provided in this mod pack that can act as haulers, caravan animals, and ranchable animals. They're not as well adapted to the extreme temperatures, but may provide benefits to your colony. One of the major changes in Frost and Fire is the introduction of a new enemy faction called Reapers. The Reapers are inspired by the Kenshi race skeletons and are based on a mod that was originally made by a Sharpedo-dressed man and heavily modified by me, Rhadamant. Reapers are remorseless robots who feel no pain, are much tougher than organic attackers, and are trying to wipe out all organic life. They are totally unaffected by the drastic temperature shifts of the planet, and are seemingly immune to all psychic attacks. They are a cross between traditional mechanoids of RimWorld and regular marauder pirate raiders. The Reapers also have their own race-specific armor, weapons, and abilities that are carefully balanced to fit well within RimWorld. The Reapers are still hostile with mechanoids, and you may find opportunities to pit them against one another. To dramatically increase the amount of interactions with Reapers, Frost and Fire scenario is designed with faction control to remove Savage Tribe, Fierce Tribe, Outlander Union, and Pirate bands, leaving you only with Civil Outlander Union, Civil Tribe factions, and Reapers. This causes a much larger percentage of your raiders to be Reapers and Mechanoid Hive. The Shattered Empire will also be included if you have Royalty DLC, and there are 2 copies of the original save file, one for Royalty and one without to accommodate everybody. The Reapers have a chance to be named after Patreon patrons who enter the RimWorld Frost and Fire character raffle. If you would like to add your name to the roster of attackers and you are not yet a Patreon patron, you can become one at patreon.com/Rhadamant. If you're already a Patreon patron, you can enter the raffle on Discord once you've gone to Patreon and claimed your rewards for Discord. If you want additional information about this, there will be links and descriptions below. Frost and Fire introduces a very large variety of new arms and armor, but race restricts them for Reaper use only. All of the weapons and armor are directly inspired by Kenshi. The armor and helmets were sourced from Sharpedo Dress Man mod Kenshi Apparel. The new weapons the Reapers wield were made by me, Rhadamant. All of the armor and weapons are carefully balanced to fit within the existing arsenal that is available in Vanilla RimWorld while feeling unique and unfamiliar. The weapons, helmets, and armor were made to be race restricted so that you cannot scavenge Reapers to dramatically improve your own equipment. This increases the challenge of Frost and Fire and makes sense lore-wise because the armor that is bolted onto a robotic skeleton body ought not to be usable to organic humans, and the weapons are all bio-coded. Rhadamant.com/frostandfire has an FAQ section which may answer some of your remaining questions. But if you do have some questions about Frost and Fire, the mod, the scenario, or the save game file, or questions about the community challenge, feel free to ask your questions in the comments below. Thank you for watching, everybody, and I wish you the best of luck embarking on your Frost and Fire journey.